I'm Tammy. Welcome to the Book and Bean Cafe. We're located in the Joliet Public Library, and tonight we're doing an art opening for 4 great local artists who are here. They've been displaying their work for the month of September, and their work will also be up during the month of October. Just a little bit about us. We're a small coffee shop, sandwich shop, bakery shop located inside the Joliet Public Library, and we'd love to see you if you want to come by and visit sometime or to see our artwork. Every 2 months we switch our Artist of the Month in here and just give local artists an opportunity to show their work, photographers, painters, and an opportunity to show and possibly sell their work. So we'd really love to see you. Stop by sometime. I'm going to give the mic back. Maybe we're going to do some interviews of the artists this month. The first artist we're going to talk to tonight is Matthew Conda, and Matthew is a mixed media artist. He does watercolor and plenty of color in his work. He does portraitures. He has affinity for superheroes, and I'm going to let Matthew tell you a little bit about himself.
Hi, I've been drawing ever since I could hold up a pencil. I've done Comic-Cons and everything like that. I really am getting into portrait art right now, so I've been doing a lot of portraits, do a lot of family portraits for people, pets, anything else like that. Pretty much if I can see it, I can draw it, no matter what. Watercolor, color pencil, marker, pencil portraits, I can pretty much do it, so, yep.
Matthew's work is beautiful, and some of it is just in time for Halloween with some clowns and skulls, but like he said, he's very talented, and he can probably do what you want done if you want to commission him to do work.
Very much so.
How long have you been working in the art world?
I've been trying to do commission work for the past about 10 years now, but I've been drawing ever since I could hold up a pencil.
So you love drawing even as a child?
Oh yeah. Yeah, even as a hobby, always practice, and now my son's picking up on it. My daughter does it too, so. Yep.
Good. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank you.
Our next artist for the evening is Terry Ehlinger. Terry is a watercolor artist, and what other medias do you use, Terry?
Ink, colored pencil, and just regular pencil too. So.
How long have you been
doing art? Since I've been about 7 years old, so that's over 50 years now.
This is my favorite thing about local artists is they're so passionate, and they've been doing it since they were children, and this is a great opportunity for them to display their work and to show it to friends and family. So what is your favorite piece of art behind us?
Of the 3, I would probably say the pumpkins with the little wagons showing behind it.
Yeah, some of Terry's work is very appropriate for the harvest season right now. Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience?
Just that art is a passion of mine, and I do portraits, animal portraits, landscapes, anything to capture the essence of something I consider beautiful, I enjoy doing.
Terry's work really is beautiful. I hope you'll come in to see it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our third artist for the evening is Topher Gleason, and Topher is a watercolor and ink artist. His work is behind us. How long have you been doing art?
I was doing art a lot in high school, and I stopped doing art around the age of 18, 19. My mother passed away 4 years ago and asked me to pick the brush up again and do it again. So this is the result of her making me promise that I wouldn't put the paint down. So.
These are Topher's children, by the way. What's your names, guys?
Courtwright, Presley.
They wanted to come and join their dad tonight for this big night. Topher told me something interesting about his work. How long does each painting take you to make?
Each painting is around 12 weeks on average, and I work on several at a time, 8 to 10 at a time. The process is working backwards, so you have to do what's laying in front before you do what's behind it. So it's a lot of drying and waiting, especially when you're working with Indian ink, to make sure it doesn't smear or turn into something you don't want it to be, like a big blob. So it takes about 12 weeks on average.
Yeah, Topher's work is very detailed, very sharp colors, and if anybody's ever worked with watercolor before, they will be very impressed by his results. Is there anything you'd like to add?
For any artist that's looking to move their work forward, my suggestion is to don't be afraid to go dark. Try to make as many mistakes as you possibly can. That's where we learn the most. Most of the things that are up here are a result of me failing several different times before I got it correct. So don't be afraid to fail. That's what art's all about. And express who you are. And enjoy it and love what you do.
And we love what you do, Topher. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our last artist for the evening is Sue Midlock, and we know Sue in the cafe because she's part of the Write On group that meets here at the library. She's a very good writer and has actually published books, but little did we know she's also an artist. And so what caused you to become an artist? What is your first passion, Sue?
My first passion was drawing. My mother was an artist, so I always loved to draw. At recess, when I was growing up in Flint, Michigan, our recesses were held outside. I always brought my sketch pad and pencil and would sketch things outside while other kids were playing on the, swinging and monkey bars and all that. I just drew. So, and I also used to draw, take the Snoopy, Charles Schultz, those comic books, the book books, and would draw Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and all them. So to this day, I can draw the old Snoopy the way he used to look way back in the 60s. So I know how to do that.
That's great. I actually used to draw that Snoopy on the doghouse thing all the time, too. Yeah.
Right.
So it's hard to describe Sue's work. There's some photography, there's some straight photography, there's some photo-edited photography that's very magical. She has some drawings and
A whole mess of stuff.
so yeah, a whole lot of stuff, a lot of multimedia, very interesting, very creative. I would call Sue a creator.
I am. I like to try different things.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
I don't know. I don't have time because I work full time as a special ed parapro at Joliet West. So when I get home, I'm just really wiped out. So I don't have time to sit there and draw like I did on some of these. So whenever my husband and we go out for the day on Sunday drives, I bring my camera, and that's my outlet, my art outlet. And there are so many things that I see when I see a picture or something, a landscape, that would look cool as maybe a book cover, because I do design book covers for authors as well. So I would take them home and tweak them, make them look kind of dark and eerie, and so some of those are like that. So that is my outlet as far as drawing. I just tweak my pictures to make them look different and more appealing.
Yeah, Sue has a great eye. She also undervalues her work a little bit, so we've sold quite a few of her pieces already this month. She does not price her work very high, so come on in and see it.
No, I don't believe, my art, I'm not in it to make money. It's just something I like to do, and I want everyone else to share it. So I don't believe in pricing up all my artwork sky high just so that I can make money. That's not what I'm doing it for.
No, and so thank you so much, Sue. Your art is beautiful, and I hope you'll come in and see it. Lastly, I'd like to just mention that all four of these artists, as you may already know, are cover artists for the Byrony book series. And so that's kind of what brought them all together in here, and that's why we have four instead of just one. Normally we just have one, but this is a collective group of people that helped create art for a specific book series, and that's how we collected them. So thank you so much, and I hope you come in and see it. Okay, so we're going to take just a few minutes now to walk around this artist reception and talk to some of the guests who came out to see the artwork and get their feedback on it. So we'll start with Sue Regis. Sue, whose artwork did you come to see?
I came to see all the artwork.
Oh, she came for all of them. I thought maybe you were a guest of just one of the artists.
Oh, no. I just wanted to come check out other Joliet artists. I know Denise pretty well, so I came.
Are you an artist yourself?
I am. I own Sue Regis Glass Art in Joliet.
That's wonderful. So what's your favorite piece here tonight, do you think?
Well, I guess if I had to pick, I really love the horror movie, the Pennywise, the clown over here that this guy did. So
Okay, so Matthew's clowns that he did that we talked about in the beginning, they really are beautiful and very well done.
yeah, no, I'm a big fan of those clowns. So
Well, thanks for coming out tonight. The next guest we'd like to interview tonight is Ted, and Ted came out to see the artwork also. Ted, are you an artist also?
Kinda. I try.
Ted is an artist. He's just being shy. He does silver drawings, and they're remarkable. One day he's going to be also exhibited here in the cafes.
I'm looking forward to it.
So Ted is a pretty regular customer of the cafe and also very involved with Friends of the Library. And we're happy to have him here tonight. What is your favorite piece tonight?
That's a difficult question. I'm really impressed by all four artists. Everything's very professional looking and very nice artwork. Nice photographs too.
Yeah, I agree. These artists did a wonderful job, and we're glad that you came. Thank you. The next guest that we would like to speak to is Erin. Erin, what brought you out tonight?
Well, I support art of all different kinds. I'm actually an art teacher, and anytime, any opportunity I can get, I like to come out and support the arts.
That's wonderful. We're so glad you came. Where do you teach?
I actually teach in Orland Park, but I've lived in Joliet my whole life and support the Joliet arts. Anywhere I support the arts.
That's wonderful. Sometimes we do art classes here in the cafe, so we like to do watercolor classes or acrylic classes. If you ever want to come out and teach a class, we would love to have you.
Awesome. Put me down.
Thank you. So this next gentleman we're going to speak to, his name is David, and David just revealed something interesting about his favorite piece here at the cafe.
Well, my favorite, I love Sue's work. But that promotional piece, poster of her, no, that's my favorite piece of all. The Little Raven, that's her Little Raven. And it also appears, see this other one with the little tree?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so, and I told her, oh my God, that self-portrait's the most fabulous piece of your whole book. And her husband quickly corrected me. He took that picture. So it's not even a self-portrait. So this photography thing runs in the family.
Yes, he's obviously a great photographer too, but I'm still going to call it a self-portrait because I can tell that the creative artwork behind that piece was Sue's.
No, I love that piece. I love all the work here, but that's a classic.
I don't think it's for sale, but it is beautiful.
Most everything I like is not for sale for some reason.
Well, art isn't necessarily meant to be bought. It's meant to be admired and adored. So thank you so much for coming out tonight.